NFL Nation, how you doing? Come on in. Welcome to As the NFL Turns, baby. It is week 13. We are in the building, baby. Today, I am joined by my brother from the Come On In Sports Network. But listen, I'm going to let my brother introduce himself. And if you don't know this man, stop cheating yourself. He does great content. He talks all sports, especially in the state of Georgia, baby. Peach State, this is your man. Man, introduce yourself to the family.
That's what it is. It's the 4-4 in the building, y'all. This is Emmanuel from Cowboy. Atlanta Falcons Fandemic, Atlanta Falcons Sports Fix, Fandemic Sports Fix. All those channels going to represent what Atlanta, what the 4-4 does. We're going to talk a great week, a great day of football, rather. A lot of these games are playoff implicated. So, it's going to be a great day of football, talking football. Let's get into it.
Man, most definitely, man. Thank everybody for being here. We appreciate you. Hope you're having a wonderful holiday weekend. And like Emmanuel said, like Cowboy said, baby, we're getting ready for week 13. But listen, week 13, baby, it kicked off on Turkey Day, baby. It kicked off on Turkey Day. We had some good games, man. Listen, this first game, man, I think, Emmanuel, I think this was one of the better games that I have seen Packers quarterback Jordan Love play since he became the starting quarterback for the Packers. What did you think about this game first from the Packers standpoint, and then we'll talk about the lines.
I tell you, this is one of those games where I was like, well, man, I just didn't want to see those Cowboys on another Turkey Day. You know what I mean? They got two different teams in here. Of course, the Lions always are regular. But it was a great game. I mean, Jordan Love showed his perseverance in this game. And the head coach I forgot his name, for Detroit, he over play calling once again, and they actually kind of split assignments there. I don't know who called the first half, but the head coach, I think he called the first half, and the offensive coordinator called the second half. So they came in with a game plan, and they kind of fell short, but they made a good game out of it. It was a nice, very nice game to watch on Turkey Day.
Yeah, it was a good game, man. Devontae Wicks, man, he had a big day for the Packers. And man, let me ask you this, and to everybody in the chat, what the hell is a catch in the NFL? What is a catch?
Yeah.
Now, I know they ruled it a touchdown, but I can watch that play 100 times over. The first Wicks touchdown in the corner of the end zone when he had 1 foot in, second foot clearly came down out of bounds, yet they ruled it a touchdown. When you saw that play initially, did you think that was a touchdown?
I didn't. I have to agree with you. I did not think that was a touchdown. Of course, now you have to wonder now. And a lot of people are already saying that the NFL is fixed. So, I mean, it was clearly not a touchdown. But, referees say they have to have a definitive evidence to show that it was, they have to overturn the call. And they felt like it wasn't definitive enough. So they ruled it a touchdown.
Right. So they ruled it a touchdown. And as far as the Lions go, I said this early in the season. That you don't just lose your two top coordinators and then everything stays the same. Coaching does matter, man. Despite what people think, coaching does matter.
Most definitely.
And I think right now you're seeing the effects of the Lions losing their offensive and defensive coordinators respectfully, as Ben Johnson right now is head coach of the NFC North leading Chicago Bears. You got the Jets head coach. Help me out. Jets head coach. Former cornerback. Everybody help me out in the chat, man. Help me out. But you got him with a major rebuilding proclamation on his hand. And Dan Campbell, when I heard Dan Campbell was taking over the play calling duties, that right there
told
you and told me they are desperate.
Yep.
They're in desperation mode in Motown. And just as fast as the window opens, the window can close.
Exactly.
Dan Campbell, knows football. There's no doubt about that. But when it comes to offensive football, no one has ever mistaken Coach Campbell for being one of the top offensive minds in the National Football League. Not saying the man doesn't know football,
Right.
but there's levels to it. So when I heard he was taking over, that kind of took me back. What did you think when you heard that Dan Campbell was taking over play calling duties for the Lions?
Well, you're seeing more and more of that in the NFL. I think it was a couple of weeks ago where Ben Johnson, and he's a defensive guy, where he was actually calling the plays. So I mean, I don't know. It's becoming more of a thing in the NFL right now. Especially when you see a defensive coach with a defensive background start calling plays. You're starting to wonder, is this going to be the new norm? I mean, Dan Quinn even showed his, he showed some knowledge on the offensive side of the ball when he started calling some plays. Of course, he only did it for a couple of plays, but at the same time, I think he learned his lesson here. But when he decided to let his offensive coordinator go with a play that he didn't think was going to work, and what happened in the Super Bowl, everybody knows what happened when we played the Saints, or not the Saints, the New Orleans Patriots, where he should have called that timeout and told Shanahan to run the ball instead of throwing the ball. So I think Dan Quinn learned a very valuable lesson, and I don't know if this is going to become a norm, or this is coming to where a lot of offensive coordinators are starting to really overthink themselves. Like Kyle Shanahan does in San Francisco. Everybody knows San Francisco is supposed to be that team with a mind like Kyle Shanahan sitting over there, but Kyle Shanahan sometimes just can't get out of his own way. But you got Robert Saleh over there, who's a former head coach, who's probably more of a mentor over here. He's been around for a minute, so they're probably leaning on each other for a lot of answers. So I hope this does not become a norm for the head coaching in the NFL. Just let the offensive coordinator do his thing. You hired him for a reason. Let him call the game.
Let him call the game, man. And look, we got some people checking in. Mr. Who That Records, how you doing? He is in the building. Real Fast Sports Zach is in the building. Nine is in the building. What's going on, my brothers?
What's going on, Nine?
Of course, they're members of the Come On In Sports Network. Also, Cowboy, we got Fishing and Hunting Wildlife 42 says, sir, the Cowboys are the best team now. Jerry Jones is him. Sir, stop it. You done had too much turkey. You got turkey on the brain.
Yeah.
Cowboys, my second team. Everybody do that. But, man, stop it, man. Stop it, brother.
Saying judgment just a little cloudy.
Yeah, but we gonna get to we gonna recap that game, and I'm gonna hold what I got to say to them. But thank you for being here. He said, hey, they beat the Eagles too. Hey, the Bears beat the Eagles too.
Yeah,
the Bears beat the Cowboys.
True
just saying, maybe the Bears are the best team in the NFC North and NFC East.
Stop it.
Just saying, they beat both of them. Just saying, But yeah, man. So let's talk about the second game. The second game, Cowboy, was, man, listen here. There is a alert going up because, family, there is trouble in the kingdom.
Yeah.
And the kingdom may be falling.
Man.
The kingdom may be falling. Now, I know a lot of you don't want to hear this, Chiefs land, but you're in jeopardy of not even making the playoffs.
Yeah.
That loss this past Thursday to the Cowboys was major for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Now, and one thing that has been plaguing the Chiefs this season has been inconsistency on both sides of the ball. Rice came back. You think their receiving core is getting stronger. They got Rice, they got Worthy, they got their two young receivers. You got Kelsey, who has stepped up his game. But there's something missing with this year's Chiefs team. Yeah. And I'm trying to put my hand. Know what it is that I think they got they got arguably one of the greatest young quarterbacks ever to play in the league, and Patrick Mahomes go down as one of the greatest ever to play.
Yeah, right.
But to me, they are not dominant on one side of the ball this year.
Yeah.
And they don't always play complimentary football.
Right.
And going up Sunday against Thursday against the Cowboys, you saw they just did not have enough firepower to keep up with the number one offense in the National Football League. So when you look at the Chiefs, man, what's your thoughts on the Chiefs and where they stand right now on the outside looking in at the playoffs?
Well, this was a typical game where you can actually apply, and I hate using this term, any given Sunday, right? But this is one of those games where you can say, okay, any given Sunday, a team can win. But when you look at the problem that the Kansas City Chiefs are having, in my book, I think it's the receiving core. They have they're never solid week to week. Somebody's hurt, or somebody have to play out of position, and I think it was against the Cowboys where you saw a couple of receivers actually run the wrong route, and they ended up in the same area where Patrick had to decide, to throw the ball away. But I think it's the receiving core, and if you just have Travis Kelce, who's arguably probably trying to get on a downward slope. But when you just have him to rely on, and you can't really just rely on your receivers to get open or run the right route or even catch the ball nowadays. But the Kansas City Chiefs, I think, are hurting very much so. And I think that's why they were interested in Jacoby Myers. I think that's why they were interested in Kyle Pitts. So I think they know too that the receiving core is where they're hurting and lacking the firepower and to be that the Chiefs that we know, the Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs that we know. So I think they know where they're hurting at. It's just a matter of going and getting who they need or what they need or getting these receivers to do their job. I mean, they're getting paid millions of dollars to catch a football, but some things are easier said than done. But I think, like I said, I think that the receiving core is the issue with the Chiefs.
Now, me and Chief Keenan gonna say, man, y'all nitpicking. Y'all do realize Patrick Mahomes was 23 or 34 for 261 yards and 4 touchdowns against the Cowboys. Right. We understand that, but that still it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. So that flips to the other side of the ball. McDuffie, your best cornerback, he had problems all day. He had problems with CD. He had problems late with Pickens.
That's right.
So, like I'm saying, right now, what the Chiefs are missing, we know Patrick Mahomes is a closer.
That's right.
Chris Jones, we say that Kelce is slowing down. Chris Jones, he flashed against the Cowboys. And everybody in the chat let me know, Chiefs Kingdom, let me know also. I believe that the Chiefs are missing that closer, that special player on defense. They don't have a TJ Watt. They don't have a Myles Garrett. They don't have a Michael Parsons.
Yeah.
I believe that's what they are missing on that side of the ball. And by the way, all 4 of those touchdowns that Mahomes threw this past week against the Cowboys Thursday, all were to the receiver in the slot, which was the most by any quarterback in a game since week 4 of the 2020 season.
Right.
So, and speaking of the Cowboys, you might not want them in the playoffs. I'm gonna tell you why. I know you don't like the boys, baby, but let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. It's that offense, bro. But not just that offense. The trade that they went out and made to bring in Quentin Williams in that middle, along with the trade they made when they got Grant Walk, the big D tackle from the Packers in the Parsons trade. Then they bring in Logan Wilson. Yeah. They get Overshaw back in the linebacker, at linebacker. They're getting more healthy. And I'm telling you now, the NFC, not just the NFC, but the entire NFL right now is wide open. There is not a dominant team in this league. Right now, everybody's crowning the Rams as that team.
Right.
Don't be surprised if the Rams lose today.
Yeah.
Because it seems every time we crown the team as that team, they fall.
They fall.
I mean, they fall. And that's why I'm saying there's no clear cut. There's no team right now, in my opinion. I don't know about yours. I'll get yours in a second.
Go ahead.
And everybody in the chat. There is no team right now, in my opinion, that is a clear cut favorite to make it to the Super Bowl. I don't care what their record is. I don't care what their record is. There's not a dominant team to me right now in the NFL. Your thoughts?
Right. I totally agree. This is exactly what the NFL want. You know, they don't want that clear cut. They're trying to bring the attention back to the NFL. They don't want the clear cut dominant team where everybody knows that the Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are going to be the team to win the Super Bowl. You know, right? So everybody, betting has become a big thing now. So nobody has a clear choice, right? But I have to disagree with you respectfully to the Cowboys in the playoffs. I mean, the Cowboys will be exactly who I want to see in the playoffs. Now, let's take it back. When was the last time the Cowboys actually made it to the playoffs? And when they did, Dak disappeared. Whenever Dak is get relied upon to bring their team to where they're supposed to be, he disappears. He's been having a phenomenal season up until and through his injury. Right. But when it came down to playoff implications, Dak Prescott disappears. And this is nothing against what about my personal feelings against the Cowboys. That's just my honest opinion, of course. But I think Dak Prescott will be the exact quarterback I would want to face when it comes down to it. I mean, yes, their offense have started gelling now. Their defense, they made a great trade. I think it worked out very well for them defensively. But like I said, Dak is that guy that I would want to face. I mean, he disappears when it comes playoff time. And he's proven that since he's been in the league.
Right. All right. So that was games right there. We're gonna keep it going. Also, the Ravens falling to the Bengals as the man Joe makes his return to the Bengals. And if you're a Bengals fan, dang, you're like, man, what could have been if he didn't get injured, man? Right. What could have been? Hell, in the NFC North, they're going to winning streak. They might win the division.
It just might.
Depending on what happened today with Pittsburgh, and we'll get to that, man. But the Ravens, man.
Good gracious.
Do y'all realize that we're sitting here with we got 5 weeks left now after the day? After the day, we got 5 weeks left in the season. And there is a strong possibility that 2 of the former last 3 MVPs, hell, maybe all 3, may not make the playoffs.
Wouldn't that be something?
Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and right now, I'm confident in the Buffalo Bills. They got the fight and scratch to get in. So that game today against Pittsburgh, that's a big game.
Yeah.
That's a big game. Yep. So that is wild to me. The Ravens, man, I'm going to say it. I believe John Harbaugh is running his course with the Ravens. He just can't get him over the hump. You got John Harbaugh? It's John Harbaugh. What's the one common factor of them falling short in the playoffs? It's him.
I give you that.
It's him. Lamar Jackson. And shout out to our brother Coach Rock, as Coach would say. I don't want to hear about Lamar Jackson in the regular season. I don't want to hear about Lamar Jackson, and I want winning MVPs. Talk to me when he gets his team to the Super Bowl or to the AFC Championship game.
Right.
We ain't get there yet, Lamar.
Yeah.
We might not even be making it to the playoffs. You not gonna make the playoffs with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry?
Yeah, that's
2 of the most explosive players at their position in the National Football League. Used to talk Ravens, used to talk defense. Not this year.
Yeah.
If your offense is struggling, you want to play the Ravens.
Yeah.
And I never thought I'd say that, man. So your thoughts on this game, then we'll touch on the last one when we get into today's games.
It's one thing I noticed about the Baltimore Ravens and the Ravens we've seen in the past. I don't know. You say it's hardball. I hate to point it toward my brother, but Lamar seems to have lost his team, the confidence in his team. Uh, and he seemed, I don't know if his hands are just too small or he just don't want to like hold on to that ball. But he's
Right.
probably one of the most fumble rooski type quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life. But I think he's lost the confidence in his team. You get it. I mean, when you have a talented quarterback like Lamar Jackson, when he can do with his legs, I mean, you like to take advantage of his talent. You know, it's like when the Falcons had Michael Vick. You know,
Right.
they relied totally on his legs and what he could do for the team, and not making him a quarterback. And I think that kind of hurt Lamar, especially when he started losing weapons and they started trading away players. But I don't think he has the confidence in his team anymore. And I'm not saying that he cannot continue to make plays, but here as of late, those plays have become far and in between, and it's coming to hurt the team as well. So I mean, the way they played against the Bengals and the Baltimore, I mean, they seem to have all their players back. So I don't know if they have any key players that are hurt or that could change the outcome of that game. But Joe Burrow came back uh like he was Tom Brady. You can
Right.
say that. But yeah, that's Lamar just to me, man, just not the same Lamar. Oh, I don't think it's age because he's still young, you know.
Right.
So and I'm not gonna say it's that. I think he just lost the confidence in his team.
But his play lately, he had what the last game, he has had more turnovers than touchdowns in the last game. So
Yeah.
his play has dropped also
Hmm.
significantly
Yeah.
so far. So just at the beginning of the season, I'm gonna just say this: no one saw this. No one saw the Ravens
Yeah.
or the Chiefs being in the predicament which they are right now.
Of
Now
course.
let's go to Black Friday, man. Listen here. There is not, and I'm gonna say it right now, other than those who are adamant, diehard, Windy City, Chicago Bear fans, there was no one. And don't come on here lying. Don't lie in the chat saying you did because you're a lie. That thought the Chicago Bears would go into the city of brotherly love and just lay an old-fashioned can of whoop you know what on the Philadelphia Eagles. Matter of fact, they just lined up and played bully ball.
They sure
And
did.
Eagles with the Super Bowl champions.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson, he's in the locker room. He's
Yeah.
taking off his shirt, baby. He is flexing. The Bears
Right.
are flexing on the NFC, baby. They're
Yeah.
letting you know we are here, baby. Y'all gonna have to deal with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Congratulations to the Bears, their first winning season since 2018. You got your franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
It seems that now you got the right coach to mentor and go forward with your young quarterback. They invested heavily in their offensive line, bringing in Joe Tooney and those to solidify the inside, the interior
Mhm.
of that offensive line. Caleb Williams, we know he's mobile. You got big player receivers on with Moore and the Doomsday, and the running game, man, right now with Swift and Mogahan. I think I'm saying that kid's name right, but they have looked great, man. 93. And man, listen, I got to do this. A lot of my Saints fans, y'all ain't gonna like this, but we always say that some people are better coordinators than they are head coaches. And there's
Mhm.
no other poster child for that than Dennis Allen. He is a horrible ass head coach, but he's one of the best defensive coaches in the National Football League.
Yes, sir. I take him.
And he is one of the main reasons, that the Bears are in first place in the NFC North with a 9-3 record. Man,
Yeah.
talk about the Bears, man.
Yeah, I tell you, I give one person credit for what's happening over. Well, I ain't gonna say just one person, but ultimately he gets the credit. Ryan Poole, general manager, one of the greatest minds. And when you talk general managers, he put this team together. You know, nobody thought he would actually land Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson did what he's supposed to do. He's a great head coach. He came in with a game plan. He implemented it where the Bears were ready to almost walk away from Caleb at one point. So I mean, he decided to stick with it. But like you said, nobody in their right mind thought that the Bears would actually walk in there and not only beat the Eagles but beat them decisively. So like you said, that bully ball, man. And this speaks major for the Bears nation. You know what I mean? This is one of those wins you can start talking your ish. You know what I mean? And it's like when the Falcons went in and we beat the Eagles. Of course, it was done through a mistake, but we capitalized on it and pulled the win out. But we started talking some ish after that game. You know what I mean? We had some Kirk Cousins at the ham at that time, and things just started looking up. You know. So this, like I said, this is a huge morale boost for the Bears. It's one of those things where you can say, "Hey, we are really playing good football." You know, so they really got their hopes up for playoff implications. This is one of those games where they can say, "Hey, maybe we do have a shot." But Ryan Poole did his due diligence. He's only I don't know how long he's been there, but he did it quick, fast, and hurry. Started, and his best decision was sticking with Caleb as their starting quarterback.
Yeah. The Bears offense rushed for 268 yards on design runs against the Eagles. That's their most this season in the game. 268 yards against the Eagles defensive front. That was special, man. Was listen, you know what I was saying? When you punch a bully back in his mouth, you know what I'm saying? How that bully ain't so, he ain't so tough.
Right.
I'm tell you, that kind of what happened to the Eagles. I kind of think they didn't believe in what hated. It's still the Bears. They ain't play us.
Right.
But hey, shout out to the Bears, man. They did their thing. Now, before we get on to today's game, man, let's go to chat. We got some more family members coming in. This is Silas K7B says Cowboys or the Eagles. Right now, I mean, hey, how about them boys? That's all I'm gonna tell you.
I ain't saying that.
I'm saying it.
The Cowboys play good football. They playing good football. I can't take it away from them. I ain't saying that.
Hey, two losses in a row. I'm just telling you. Hey,
I gotta give them their props.
Could this be another collapse by the Eagles? Remember the year before last, they started 10-0 and collapse. Could it be another collapse? All right, we got Heather Star 397 says I used to be on Miami Dolphins, but since Dan Marino retired, I don't like the team anymore. Now I like the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Man, are you a fan of the team or are you a fan of a player? I got you, though. Dan Marino was great, man. Still looking to replace him. That's it.
Yeah, they had a great team, especially Brian.
_ WZ. You'll predict the Jaguars and Titans game. We got it, brother. We got it. We got you coming, baby. We got you coming. The law firm is in the building. Annie Marie Elizabeth Valowski.
What's going on, Annie Marie?
I don't know what that is. All right, who we got? 412 Cutter says Steelers my team, but they fraudulent. Their OC and DC is trash. Cowboy can detest. He can attest to the OC. Yeah. He had to deal with that BS for a couple years.
Man, treacherous.
Andy says, would not surprise me if teams that have been regular in making it into the playoffs, the Ravens, Chiefs, and Bills, do not make it. Yeah, right now that's a realistic. That's a realistic thing. Cutter says, I think Jackson might still be hurt. He's not playing the same, bro.
Right, I agree.
If you're good enough, if you're healthy enough to go out there on the field and play, that's all that matters, bro. Yeah. You got to play. You set a standard. You set a standard to how you play. If you can't come close to that, why go on the field? If you're gonna be a detriment to your team, why get out there?
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
But to his point too, though, Kirk Cousins, he did us like he did the Falcons like that. He got hurt, didn't let the team know that he got hurt, and he decided he wanted to play. So sometimes the coaches have to pay a little more attention to how a player performs as opposed to when things are supposedly going right, right? And when things start going wrong, you have to notice why they're going wrong. And we didn't pay close enough attention to him, and it came back to hurt the team. So,
Right.
but yeah, I agree. He may be hurt. We never know.
Right. And then Andy says, teams on the NFC side that do not make the playoffs. She has the Lions, the Vikings, the Buccaneers,
Whoa. Buccaneers,
and the Giants. Could be.
I gave you all on something Buccaneers, them boys there.
But man, they've been has the fact of all the injuries that they have been dealing with, has that finally caught up with the Bucs?
It
They're
may have.
struggling right now.
It may have.
And
I hope it is.
Right. and don't
More
forget
reason than one.
Right. and don't forget, if the Panthers would have pulled off the upset Monday night, they would have been in first place.
Yeah.
Dolo, all by themselves.
Yeah.
So
quickly it turns.
I'm telling you, the NFC South, at one time it looked like it was the Bucs all day long. Nah, it's gonna be a dogfight down the stretch.
Yeah.
You know.
I agree.
And he also says, now we got Cutter comes in. Cutter says, the Bears, the truth, them dudes balling. Yeah, man. And they're taking away the ball. Dennis Allen has them guys flying around on defense. Ben Johnson has Keller Williams playing good football. I love their tight ends, man. Both of their tight ends, Clement and Loveland. I love their selection. Their running game has been gone. So again, it goes back to the off season. You gave shout out to the GM for solidifying that interior of that offensive line, man. And it's paying dividends for the Bears right now. And it's also, I'm gonna say this as a fan of the National Football League, it's good to see the Bears good again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's good to see the Bears good again. All right. All right, family, we're going to get to it now. Let's get to it. First game on the docket, baby. Here we go. It's the L.A. Rams taking on those Cinderella, unpredictable Carolina Panthers. You got the number 1 seed currently going against the team that's on the outside looking in as the number 10 seed. Cowboy, I'm gonna start with you. Then I'll give my insight on this, man. How do you see this game? And can Carolina pull the upset?
The way Carolina been playing, I mean, they could very well do it. But the Rams, they're looking to solidify their playoff spot. They're arguably the hottest team in football right now. So, but the Panthers, they can be a bit inconsistent. But for some reason, here lately, the Panthers have been finding ways to pull out big wins. But for the LA to win, Matthew Stafford, he has to avoid those turnovers. And the Panthers defense, they are that team. They have some very good safeties and corners. So, decent. I put it like that. And if Matthew tries to do too much, they're going to come away with turnovers. So, but Carolina, the LA Rams defense has to find a way to stop Carolina's rushing game in order for them to win. And for Carolina to win, I mean, they must establish a physical ground game and force the Rams defense or offense into first difficult third down situations, creating havoc for Stafford. And Stafford can let them get the happy feet, and the Panthers can find a way to get stay in this game. But I'm going with the Rams on this one. I think the Rams just has a little bit too much firepower for the Panthers. But like I just said, here lately, Carolina Panthers have been finding ways to pull out these big games.
All right. So you heard Cowboy. He's gone with the Rams. And he said about making Stafford uncomfortable. So when facing the blitz so far this season, Matthew Stafford has thrown 24 touchdowns against the blitz. That's more than double that of any quarterback, while not, and this is the key factor, while not throwing a single interception. Yeah. In fact, Matthew Stafford has thrown 27 consecutive touchdown passes since his last interception, which was way back in week 3.
Right.
That's tied for the longest streak of consecutive passing touchdowns without an interception in the history of the National Football League.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all know I think I'm not a Rams fan, but I'm a fan of NFL, and I just think Coach McVay is one of the brightest offensive minds in the National Football League. I love that Rams young front. Everything says Rams. Everything says Rams.
Yeah.
I called the upset in Green Bay. I'm calling again, baby. Right now, I'm starting early. Your boy Dolphins called. I'm going lone wolfing.
Oh man.
Let's go, baby. Panthers upset the LA Rams in the National Football League. Taxi-turvy, up and down turnstile season continues to go. Everybody keeps scratching their head like, what the hell? I'm telling you, the Panthers pull off the upset at home today over the LA Rams. Give me the Panthers in the upset. Let's go, Cowboys. Let's go to the 49ers against the Browns. Oh, this game right here, baby. The intensity has gone up because he's getting his second start. He's getting his second start. For all you Shedeur lovers, this is it. He has a chance to prove it. Hey, you get a second start. They must have liked a little something they saw.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hold on to it? Can you build on it? But today, you're going against the San Francisco 49ers. And we understand this ain't the 49ers defense of the prior years. You know, they got a lot of injuries on that side of the ball. But the 49ers are still 8-4.
Yeah.
Still a good football team. Still have Kyle Shanahan on that sideline. Still have Mr. Do-It-All in McCaffrey in the backfield.
Yeah.
This Kittle's at tight end, and they're getting healthy on offense. Yeah. Can the Browns get enough out of their offense to defeat the 49ers? Because I believe that Browns defense, which is one of the best in the National Football League, and the Incredible Hulk, that's what I call Myles Garrett, the Incredible Hulk. they're gonna keep them in the game, man. God, what's your thought, Cowboy?
And I think that how many sacks he has now? I mean, he's on pace to have about 30 by a season end, maybe even 40. I mean, it's crazy. But the key to this game, man, I think is going to be Robert Saleh to get all the pressure he can onto Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders is there just really to prove 1 point, and he really don't have to prove it. All he has to do is show that the Browns should have stuck with him, should have made the decision to make him the starting quarterback in the beginning, and without all the drama. And I hope he has a good game. But San Francisco is aiming to keep pace in the NFC West, while the Browns are fighting for relevance. But for San Francisco to win, you know, you have a dominant defensive effort, because these guys, even without their starting linebackers, they're scrambling at the balls right now. So they're playing all over the field. They're making big plays all over the field. But so their key thing is to get pressure on the young quarterback and contain the running game and control the clock. For Cleveland to win, Shedeur Sanders has to just remain calm, play his game, and don't try to make the big plays. You know, keep it simple. Their defense must generate turnovers. The offense needs really an explosive game and from their skill players, and to keep up with the 49ers scoring potential. So if they can go score for score, they can make this game pretty well, you know, relevant. So they can actually become relevant in this game. But San Francisco is a handful. So they're playing against one of the greatest minds on the offensive side.
Right. All right. We lost Cowboy for a second here. He'll be back in here. Okay. Now, Cowboy asks, how many sacks does Myles Garrett have on the season? Right now, Myles Garrett is leading the NFL with 18 sacks. He's on pace for an NFL record 27 sacks. So his 13 sacks over the last 4 games are the most in a 4-game span since individual sacks were first tracked in 1982. But on the offensive side of the ball for the 49ers, you got to get Christian gone. He leads the NFL with 217 carries and 81 receptions. No player in NFL history has ever led the league in both carries and receptions for a full season. That's the pace that McCaffrey's on. He is forced a league high 83 missed tackles. Long story short, Christian McCaffrey is going to have to be big today. The 49ers, to me, are going to have to establish the threat of a running game. It may not be that successful, but sometimes just the threat and your willingness to stick with the running game does just enough to make those safeties and linebackers suck up enough so you can hit them over the top. You hit them over the seam. And, of course, you got Kittles. Wide receiver core is healthy, man. I don't believe that the Browns, though they're at home, I'm going to call me crazy. You know what, family? Call your boy dog crazy today. I'm going with another upset. I'm taking the Cleveland Browns over the San Francisco 49ers. That's right. The Browns shocked everybody today, baby. They get past the 49ers. Brock Purdy did throw 3 interceptions his last game, even though they won. I'm just saying, you ain't going to always be able to do that. And you're playing against the NFL sack leader and one of the best defenses in the National Football League, a team with a little pep to its step because there was a QB change, baby. Let's see if the Browns can ride that momentum today against the 49ers. I think they can. So I'm going with the Browns to win the day. All right, next game on the docket, baby. It's the Houston Texans. AFC South is in the building, baby. Houston taking on the Indianapolis Colts, the third seed currently in the AFC playoff picture. No one saw this coming. Daniel Jones gone from the Giants last year to the Vikings in this offseason, looked around and he saw his opportunity, what he thought his best opportunity to play would be with the Indianapolis Colts. He made the right decision. He has come out. He has been playing great football this season. Now, he stumbled a little lately, no doubt about that. But, man, you got the number one guy right now, to me, was him and Matthew Stafford and Drake May. Those are my top 3 MVP candidates for this season because I think they all 3 have been balling crazy. And Jonathan Taylor. Houston's the number 1 defense. Coach must run the ball. Must run the ball. Daniel Jones must keep players alive with his legs. Go have to scramble a little, pick up a couple unconventional first downs to keep those chains moving. Even though C.J. Stroud is expected to be back today, I have just not been impressed this season with the offensive performance of the Houston Texans. In fact, it has been disappointing. It just plain out disappointing, their performance. You got the number 1 defense in the league. You got same young talent. You added some talent. You got good tight end in Dalton Schultz. You got good wide receivers. You got a running game. What's going on with the Texans? They're just not getting it done on the offensive side of the ball. Colts at home, I think the Colts and that Colts defense is one of the more underrated defenses. I'm going with the Colts today. I'm taking the Colts at home over the Houston Texans. Colts solidified themselves. They stamped themselves as the best team in the AFC South and one of the better teams in the AFC. And though they lost that game against Kansas City, I kind of think they kind of made that stamp. They got the stamp of approval in that game, but that's just me. All right, Cowboys back with us, Cowboy. We're here. We left out on San Francisco and the Browns, and we're now on Cleveland and the Colts. So if you can, just give us your thoughts right quick on who you think wins that Browns 49ers game, and then the current game we're on, the Texans and the Colts.
I'm gonna have to stay with the running game of San Francisco 49ers. McCaffrey's running on a high right now. He's become the 3rd running back, all-time running back now. He's ahead of Walter Payton now. So I think they're gonna keep riding that horse until it falls off.
Gotcha. All right. Houston and Indianapolis.
you talk about games that has a huge playoff implication, right?
Right.
And every game today really is going to have a playoff implication. This is one of them, and this is you talk about the on both sides. Although I'm picking Indianapolis to come out on ahead of Houston, but Houston, the passing game for them, is led by their young quarterback. But he needs to exploit the Colts secondary, which is easier said than done. And their defense must stop Jonathan Taylor. Another job that's going to be hard to take. So, but for Indy to win, they have to run the ball effectively with Jonathan Taylor and rely on their stout defense to limit Houston's big plays. But I'm gonna go with the Colts on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Cowboys going with the Colts. Everybody in the chat right now, we need you. Hey, this is a fan-friendly, this is a family show. You family. So family, we want to know your thoughts. Who you got in this game? Colts, Texans, put it in the chat as we move on to the next slate of games. Oh, man. Do I really have to do it? Do I really got to do it? Well, yeah, I got to do it. I love my team, baby. I'm black and gold from the cradle to the grave. But my God, man, I know we're in the rebuild, but man, it's tough, brother. I tell you, it's tough.
You think it's tough
right now? It's tough right now, brother.
It's tough
right now. We had a bye week and came back and scored 3 points last week.
Oh man,
I don't know what's going on, but listen, I know we're in the rebuild. All I'm looking for today is to see steady growth from Tyler Shuck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not expecting us to win this game, but then again, we are playing the Dolphins, so you never know what happens with the Dolphins.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm going with the Dolphins, though I think it'll be a close game until late. I think the Dolphins win this game 23-16. I'm being kind of us even scoring 16. We scored 3 last week, so hell, we scored 16. That's an improvement. Your thoughts on this game, Cowboy?
I'm actually surprised you went with the Dolphins. I really am, but you know your team better than I do. But both teams are struggling right now, making this one of those games, a desperation game, much like the games you guys played last week against us, against Atlanta. But for New Orleans to win, they need to play very disciplined football, making a mistake-free game, lean on the defense, keep the score low, and convert on the red zone trips. I think that boy, your quarterback, young quarterback Tyler Shaw, that is what I'm going to be watching. Just like you, I'm going to watch and see his growth. And from what I saw when he played Atlanta last week, man, I see a lot from this kid. And I think he did learn a lot from that game. But for Miami to win, their defense need to create pressure, which I don't think they're going to be able to do. And the offense must find a rhythm early to leverage their home field advantage. And surprisingly, I think Miami has lost more fans than they have games. So this thing here is one of those, like I said, desperation games, has no playoff implications, but I think New Orleans pulled these games out.
Wow. All right. Now, one thing to keep an eye on in this game is Devon Achane. Mm-hmm. When he touches the ball more than 20 times in a game this year, the Dolphins are 4-0. When he does not touch it 20 or more times, they're 0-7. Now, and speaking one more time about Tyler Shuck, right now he leads all rookies with a 68.1 completion percentage as a starter this season. That's the 4th highest completion percentage by any rookie quarterback to make at least 3 starts since 1950. So there's something there. I believe there's something there. But right now, I don't think there are enough horses in the barn to put up much of a fight. And I'm going with the Dolphins. Hey, man, I got to be honest, bro.
I feel you, brother. I feel you.
I got to be honest, man.
Yeah.
All right, family. So here we go. We're going to keep it going. Now we go to your team, baby. Now we go to your team, man. You're taking on the Jets, man. The Jets, they just beat the Ravens. They fought hard early in the season. The Bucs were lucky to escape against them. What are you looking for today in this contest as you guys travel to New York to take on the Jets?
I'm looking for the Lions to win this game. But we talk about two teams trying to find an offensive identity. But the Jets are continued. I don't know why, but they just gave away too many defensive players. You know, in this game here, you have to play good defense. And they're still looking for ways to deal players. I don't know if they're trying to get rid of money or if the coach didn't just have players that don't fit the system or what. But it's just too many defensive players, key defensive players that they've lost. They already lost the head coach and Jeff Albrecht to Atlanta. They lost Robert Saleh to the San Francisco 49ers, two great defensive minds. But like I said, in this game here, you have to have defense. And to get rid of two of the greatest defensive minds in football, great players you got rid of. I just don't understand it, you know. So, but for Atlanta to win, we got to control the line of scrimmage. We're hurt real bad on in the trenches, and with the rushing attack, utilize play action to hit explosive pass plays. For New York, the only way they can win is to force us into passing situations, which now Kirk Cousins is a quarterback, so they're going to get what they try to force. So this is going to be one of those games that both teams are going to be struggling to establish themselves offensively. Right. So I'm picking Atlanta to win.
On the road, New York, windy conditions. You guys are outside. You're still down on some of your key weapons, man. But you got that special dude in the backfield, man.
Yes, sir.
That kid is just special. Mm-hmm. I watched the kid the entire time in Texas. He was a joy to watch, man, each and every single Saturday. And when I turn on football on Sundays, I want to see what B. Jones is doing because he's that damn good.
Yeah.
But I believe that this week you're playing a team that is more competent than the one you played last week. Mm-hmm. And yeah, they're more competent. That's not saying a lot, but I want to go with the Jets, but I can't do it. I believe that you guys get your second straight, man. You should. I believe that the Jets, man, listen, they're in a full-blown rebuild too, man. And if you guys lose this game today to the Jets, any dreams of a possible NFC South title or playoffs is going out the window. You guys cannot afford to drop this game to the Jets today.
True indeed.
So I'm with you, man. I'm going to go with the Falcons in that one. Now we stay in the NFC South as it's the NFC South. Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting the Arizona Cardinals, a team that always seems to play teams tough, but just doesn't close the door in those games.
Yeah.
So here you have two teams trying to build something new. Tampa's defense has the edge, but Arizona has the playmakers to make this interesting if the game stays close late.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with, because they're ailing right now, I think Baker is dealing with some issues too, man. But I don't trust the Cardinals. I'm going with Tampa Bay, man. Give me Tampa today, and I think Tampa makes a statement today, and they defeat the Cardinals.
I agree. I second that. Tampa Bay is really protecting the division right now. They're protecting their lead against a team that just can't come up with big plays. The Cardinals, they can make plays. They're just not big enough to win and like you say, close out the games. But for Tampa to win, I'm brain farting on the quarterback now. Baker Mayfield, yeah. he needs to stay in that clean pocket. You know, pick apart the Cardinals secondary because the secondary is tore up, and they're coming up short. But their defense, they need to contain any rushing attempt by Arizona. But for Arizona to win, their quarterback, star receiver, they need make massive performances. And like I said, they have not been able to make the big plays. They need to win the turnover battle, which they have not been doing as of late. So this is going to be one of those games where the fewer mistakes they can win. Not the fewer mistakes they can win. The fewer mistakes they can stay within the game because they're not going to win this one. I don't think. So I'm with you. I'm going with Tampa Bay.
All right. So we're both going with Tampa Bay. Everybody in the chat, who you got in these three games? Saints, Dolphins, Falcons, Jets, Cardinals, Bucks. All right. Let's keep it moving. Jacksonville taking on Tennessee. Somebody earlier say, man, talk about the Jaguars and the Titans. Do we have to, man? But yeah, we're here, baby. We're going to talk about it, baby. So here we go. Jaguars taking on the Titans, man. Jaguars 74 currently the number 6 seed in the AFC. Taking on right now the Tennessee Titans, who could have the number 1 right now. They are in line to have the number 1 pick in next year's upcoming draft for the second consecutive year. I don't feel like the Titans helped Cam Ward any this year.
No.
I don't think they built the offensive line around this kid. I don't think they gave him a running game. I don't think they gave him enough playmakers. Yeah. That kid right now is out there running solo, and he's being sacked a lot. And one of my concerns with him being sacked is, Cowboy, I think about Derek Carr, not Derek Carr, his brother David Carr, when he came out to the Texans, man. Yeah. And that kid got sacked so much that first year, man. He never was the same or was able to become what many thought he might be able to be. And I'm afraid that the Titans, man, could be trending that way with Cam Ward. Listen, he's a rookie. He has shown flashes. He has shown rookie. He's done what rookies do. He's made rookie mistakes. Right. But damn, he's had so much on his plate, man. Yeah. And there's really nobody else helping him, in my opinion, to carry the load. So your thoughts on this one? I'm just simply put, I'm going with the Jags in here. I think the Jags improved to 8-4, and they keep turning, trying to get themselves solidified and locked into a playoff position in the AFC.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. Cam Ward has really the organization has really put their team on Cam Ward's shoulder. And whatever success he has, they're going to ride with that. Like you said, they have done absolutely nothing. Of course, they couldn't have. I mean, they didn't have the draft picks to go get anybody. They don't have any to trade away. So they have to tank and I'm going to say tank because they really couldn't win games. But they have to do what they can to get high draft picks. And you never can really place a lot of expectations on draft picks, right? But you can get draft picks in later rounds. But Tennessee, unless they're able to draft 4 or 5 linemen to bring in and help protect this kid, man, I agree with you, man. It's going to be like damaged goods trying to revitalize the program all along. But the Jaguars, they're seeking to maintain their lead in the AFC South, a convincing lead against a struggling division rival. Of course, today's game is going to be a runaway for them. For early lead for Jacksonville to even win, they have to get an early lead and neutralize the home crowd and let their defense feast on a low-powered Titans offense. For Tennessee to win, I think the defense needs to play lights out and surprise offensive spark, supply an offensive spark on special teams, and that's where they can probably make plays at on special teams because that's really their only bright spot right now outside of having Cam Ward at their quarterback.
Right. All right. So the next game we go to is the Minnesota Vikings at the Seattle Seahawks, a game that we thought may have been a bigger game at the time when the schedules came out. But right now, the Vikings sit 12th in the NFC playoff race with a 4-7 record. Seattle 8-3. Sam Darnold, who was the quarterback of the Vikings last year, led them to 14 wins in the playoffs. Now has the Seahawks at 8-3 and the number 5 seed in the NFC. And simply put, Seahawks win this game. One, I like their defensive front. I like their defense. They can get pressure on you with just their front foot. They don't have to blitz a lot. Second, they have arguably the best wide receiver in the NFL gone this year. Right. Jackson Smith and Nigba is that dude. And him and Sam Darnold have connected 21 times for 523 yards and 4 touchdowns off of play action this season, making them the only QB and receiver duo to have combined for more than 400 such yards. So that combination is going to be tough for the Vikings to deal with. I believe that Vikings defense is going to be on the field.
Yeah.
I have no if he's playing, I have no confidence at all in JJ McCarthy.
Oh my goodness.
JJ McCarthy had a second half moment in the opening of game of the season, and he did it again a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. But he has been consistently this season bad. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson caught 10 of 13 targets for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Seahawks in week 16 of last season. I guarantee you he don't have them kind of numbers today if JJ McCarthy is throwing the ball to him. There's not chemistry there. Right. And how in the hell you can be a starting quarterback, a young quarterback, and not have chemistry with arguably one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League in Justin Jefferson blows my mind.
Right.
They made a mistake by letting Sam Darnold walk. Mm-hmm. They made a mistake by letting Daniel Jones walk. Yep. They put all their eggs in the basket with JJ McCarthy. I'm not giving up on the kid yet, but I'm telling you right now, he has not looked good.
No.
And if I'm a Vikings fan and I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at this year's draft, shit, we might have to wait. We might have to draft a quarterback in 2 years. Ooh. Because I don't see any quarterback coming out this year. I don't care how they try to blow them up after all these workouts and off-season stuff. There's not a quarterback coming. And y'all tell me if I'm lying. Be honest with yourself. Is there a quarterback y'all look at on Saturday and say, "Oh man, that's the number one pick in the draft. That's a franchise quarterback." Come on, man. He don't exist.
Right.
He don't exist. So I get your thoughts on this game, Cowboy.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, I think that them letting Donald walk that's going to be one of those decisions that they're going to say they're going to have to live with, right? But the Vikings, they face a tough road test against the Seahawks, coming into this, and they're going to have to play at a very high level to even compete. Right. But, with Justin Jefferson and McCarthy not being able to gel, not being able to establish that chemistry, to hand out these performance plays that they really need to put out, I don't think it's going to happen against this trending Seattle Seahawks. These Seattle Seahawks are on a run. But for Minnesota to win, Justin Jefferson must dominate the passing game. But to be able to do that with McCarthy, I don't think so. The Vikings defense must limit the big plays by Seattle, which is going to be a daunting task for them. But for Seattle to win, I mean, they just have to play it's business as usual for them. Establish the run early, allow their quarterback to control the game and the flow, and create pressure on the Vikings quarterback, which is one of those things that they're going to say, okay, just let the defense do what they do. But to me, I think it's going to be business as usual for the Seahawks. Just go out and win the game, play their game, and they'll win this one. And so I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks. I'm with you.
All right. Next game, Raiders taking on the Chargers.
This is a classic AFC matchup. Remember back in the day, this was one of those games that you really had to stay glued onto the TV. Great rivalry game with the Chargers, looking to stay in the playoff hunt. For Los Angeles to win, I mean, they're really going to have to try their best to exploit the Chargers' rushing defense and create a chaotic, high turnover environment. They really going to have to play. Their secondary really going to have to step in and step up for the Chargers to win. The quarterback needs to just have a vintage performance, right? And the defense must present the Raiders one or two different playmakers for taking over the game. Whether that be Ginty, what's his name? Ginty for the Raiders, a running back for the Raiders.
Yeah.
As always, we love watching Brock Bowers and what he do, right? So, and they have the twin towers at tight ends, and they're really going to have to get this thing to going. I don't know how they're going to be able to do it against the Chargers. The Chargers are playing really good football. Defense really standing out. and playing solid, very solid football. But we haven't seen nobody yet that's able to stop Brock Bowers. So and that tight end duo they have over there, but it hasn't been enough to win the games. So let's see what they do. I'm going to go with the Chargers on this one. The Raiders just haven't had enough firepower to do what they need to do.
Right. And let me just say this. Brock Bowers, Michael Myers, Ashton Genty. There's a reason Chip Kelly got fired. He should have been fired. He's just not a good coordinator in the National Football League. You got all that young talent. You don't know how to use it. But the most disappointing thing for the Raiders has been Geno Smith.
Yeah.
They counted on him. They brought him in there to be, y'all hear me say this every week when I talk about the Raiders, because it has to be said. Geno has dropped the ball. He has gone back to the New York Jets, Geno Smith.
Yeah.
And if you're a Raider fan, that is something you do not like. That is something that has hurt you.
Right.
All right. Now, listen, family, we got a special guest getting ready to come on. I ain't really do this here all season long, but we want to welcome our guest. So it's time for Team Pulse. Let's go. All right, family. Joining us now is a young man that joined my channel years ago. Now his voice is all deep. I believe he's shaving now. He has his own podcast called Hurricane Mike that he does with Big Hurricane. He's category 5. His dad's category 4. They do great content. They not only talk about his and his dad's favorite team, but they talk about the world of sports, man. Welcome now to the stage, the host of Hurricane Mike's podcast, the one and only Hurricane Mike himself. Mike, what's going on, man? Welcome to the show, my brother.
What's good, Hurricane?
What's going on with you? How you doing today, Mike?
Doing well, man. How about yourself?
Doing good, man. How has your holidays been, man? You and the family, man?
It's been good. Can't complain.
Can't complain.
There you go.
That's right, man. Look at it. Varston got all deep on me, cowboy.
I hear you.
Growing up on me, man. Well, Mike, man, listen, I appreciate you coming through, man. Hey, you're a special guest host, man. So, who you got in this game? Raiders and Chargers, man. Who you going with?
Honestly, I actually got the Raiders fall off an upset today.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because the Raiders, right? Have they been good? Far from it. Okay. And the Chargers, have they been good? Yeah. But here's why. If you know football, divisional games, they never go the way you think they're gonna go.
Right.
And also another thing, the Chargers, they are the most confusing team in the league. I don't know if they're good or not, to be honest with you. And the Raiders, usually when you fire a coach, that sparks energy into the team that fired the coach. Like, look at when the Saints fired Dennis Allen. They originally had that guy's competing, and they won 2 games in a row. And I'm pretty sure when the Jets fired Robert Saleh, that team was still garbage. But they started playing better. So I think the Raiders are going to play better today because they're playing the Chargers. They want to win this game, and I think the Chargers are going to get caught off guard. They're going to be basically what the Panthers did to the Saints. They're going to be caught off guard, and I think the Raiders are going to sneak them when they least expect it to.
All right, so
that's actually a good outlook on that. I didn't even take into account that the Raiders had just fired and fired their head coach. So
that's not the head coach, the offensive coordinator, Chip Kelly.
Coordinator. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't take that into account, but I think the Raiders are just one of those teams that need to go ahead and just. I'm not gonna say they need to go ahead into a full rebuild because they do have like 3 or 4 players, offensive players that really they can build around, right? So it's just a matter of getting the right coach in there. I don't know. John Gruden was just that type of coach for me.
Right.
But Well, yeah, the Raiders just need to bring the right people in there to get this team together. 'Cause they do have weapons, and offense and defense. They do have players that can make plays. So, it's just a matter of them bringing in the right coaches. That's all.
Right. All right. So Nathan
Aren't you mad?
Nathan A. Manning says Arch Manning when I say there's not a quarterback in this year's coming up in this year's draft that should be considered the #1 overall pick, or even in the first round, and I'm gonna stick with it. Don't come talk about no Arch Manning just because they beat Texas A&M. He had pedestrian numbers. The kid, and I love the kid. The kid can play, but he ain't what everybody was building him up to be, bro. He ain't play up to that. None of them this year have. Think about all the top quarterbacks everybody was talking about coming into the season in college football.
Mm-hmm.
None of them have lived up to those accolades that they came into this season with.
Yeah.
And you can't listen.
Still starting at Clemson because I haven't
heard his name look. I never understood why he was even being mentioned this preseason before the season started. He didn't show me that much the year before.
Right.
But listen, man, congratulations. First of all, congratulations to the Texas Longhorns for beating Texas A&M Friday. And by the way, I'm with everybody else. Texas should be in the playoffs, man. They beat 4 top 20 teams. They should be in the playoffs, even with 3 losses.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you know what? A lot of people are hoping they don't get in. They don't get in.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
Dolph, I have something to add to that.
Yeah.
Texas, right? A lot of people say they lost to Florida. Well, Alabama lost to Florida State, and they're still in the conversation.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, how does losing to Florida? How is losing to Florida going to penalize Texas, but losing to Florida State, who's not even ranked either, is going to penalize Bama. So I'm just saying.
That's a good observation. All right, it's time for, as the NFL turns, game of the week, the Buffalo Bills taking on Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, gentlemen. As I was getting ready for the day's show, and I was thinking about the game of the week, man, I was like, and I'm looking at the matchups, I'm like, what can I go? This one. The Bills, 7-4, number 7 seed. Steelers, number 4 seed. Hanging on in the NFC North with a 6-5 record.
Yeah.
Everybody expected Buffalo to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Everybody expects the Steelers to have a winning record.
Yeah.
If the Steelers pull this upset today, hell, I'm not even gonna call it upset because I kind of think they evenly match.
Yeah.
Because you got a offensively challenged Steelers offense going up against a defensively challenged Buffalo defense.
Mm-hmm.
So those units has the better day, in my opinion, will probably win. Now, in the quarterback matchup, you got Aaron Rodgers, who's averaging 196 passing yards a game with a 97 passer rating to go with a 97 passer rating this year.
Mm-hmm.
Got Josh Allen, who is 26-9 with a 743 winning percentage off a loss in his career starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, do the Buffalo Bills bounce back today and get the victory in the Steel City against Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah.
Start with you, Mike, then we get Cowboy.
I'm not gonna lie, I got the Steelers pulling it out because here's why. Everybody might be expecting the Bills to beat the Steelers. Obviously, since they're the Bills, but if you know Mike Tomlin Steelers football, you know that's never how it goes. The Steelers always play the good teams close, and it's been that way forever. They usually upset some of the good teams and lose to some of the bad teams. I don't understand it, but I don't complain about it. But yeah, so I got the Steelers pulling it out. I actually think it's gonna be defensive. But I got Pittsburgh getting the win. And plus, I think Rodgers is gonna be back. And Rodgers, he's been sneakily good for Pittsburgh for most of the season. So I got Steelers pulling it out. And the Bills are going to be hanging on by a thread if they not fell off the thread already.
Yeah.
All right, Cowboy.
Yeah, I think, at the beginning of the season, I think everybody penciled in Buffalo to be in the playoff. And, you have to be thinking now, not so fast. Not so fast. Because this is that game that it's a potential playoff preview between two of the most physical AFC contenders. And it's going to come down to which defense can make the most plays. Which good defense is going to stand on business and last to the end. But for Buffalo to win this game, man, they must win that turnover battle. Like I said, it's going to come down to defense. They got to utilize Josh Allen's dual threat ability to stress out the Steelers' defense. For Pittsburgh to win, the defense front needs to dominate the line of scrimmage. They got to force Allen into uncomfortable positions in the running game, and they must give their offense a chance. And a great plateau of game that to remember was when the Atlanta Falcons played Buffalo Bills. If they get Allen to run in uncomfortable positions, they could actually pull this game out. I actually like the chances of Pittsburgh, but this is one of these games that's evenly yoked. So I don't actually have a decision for this. So it's a tie for me. But I'm leaning toward Pittsburgh because Aaron Rodgers is he stands up in big games like this. He plays well against big competition. So but he does make a lot of mistakes. So like I said, it's going to come down to which defense can make the bigger plays. It's a tie for me.
Hey, you got to pick somebody, cowboy. You
Come on, man.
You got
All
to
right,
pick one.
okay. Let's go. Let's
flip
go
a coin.
Buffalo. I think Josh Allen
Okay.
will make bigger
Okay.
plays down the stretch.
All right, so it comes down to me. Buffalo, Pittsburgh. Did I already say who was in this game?
I thought you already said.
I think you said Pittsburgh. I think you said.
I went with the Steelers. So hold on. That means Cowboy, you the lone wolf.
I'm the lone wolf. I pick Buffalo.
Mike pick Pittsburgh.
I picked Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah, you got the lone wolf, baby. You got the lone wolf.
I stand on business, baby. I stand on business.
Stand on business, baby.
Wolf, man. Buffalo will pull this out. Josh Allen will make the plays down the stretch. Buffalo Bills is a 4-quarter team. You have to play all 4 quarters to beat Buffalo. Pittsburgh does not do that. Any let up by Pittsburgh, Buffalo will exploit it. Let's go.
All right, there you go, Cowboy. Just lone wolfed it, baby. He got the Bills, Mike, and myself, and we're going with the Steelers. Let's get a quick injury report from around the NFL.
Yes.
All right, looking around the league, some notables not playing today. First in the Rams and Panthers game. For the Panthers, cornerback J.C. Horn and wide receiver Hunter Renfrow, they are out. They will not be playing today. In the Texans game, for the coach, cornerback Jonathan Edwards, he is out. Gold, Lake, and Thomason will be out for the Texans. As we go to the Falcons against the Jets, for the Falcons, Drake London, Kadero Hodger out once again for the Falcons.
Got a host of players.
No significant big name.
Penix is out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, Penix is on injured reserve. He's out for the year.
Yeah.
Now for the Bucks and the Cardinals, in that game, looks like they're gonna get healthy, man. There's a chance that we see the running back for the Bucks, not White, but what's his name? Yeah, we see Bucky Irvin today in the lineup for the Packers. I mean, for the Buccaneers. That'll be a good addition for them. Let's see. As for the Minnesota, and that's about it for right now for your inactives for the day and injury report. All right, family, let's keep it going. Now let's go to Sunday Night Football. Now, when during the offseason, when they made this game, many thought that this would be a marquee game on the schedule here late in November, heading toward December. But man, were we all wrong.
Yeah.
Injuries, lack of consistently good play, and I believe the lack of turning from the hunter into the hunted has caught up with the Commanders, not to mention the injuries to their star quarterback.
Yeah.
The Broncos are 9-2. They won 8 straight games. It has not been pretty, but it doesn't matter. All that matters is the W and the L, and they are 9-2. Bo Nix has not played great football all season. He had some ugly games this year.
For sure.
But they find a way to win. Sean Payton is pushing all the right buttons right now for the Denver Broncos. Plus, they get the defensive player of the year. He's scheduled to come back today. Surtain is scheduled to be back in the lineup. Man, I don't even think it'll be close, especially if Mariota's quarterbacking. Just give me the Broncos, man. I think the Broncos win. I'm gonna say 31-13. I just think win like that. I know that's a lot, but I'm disappointed in the Commanders.
But you just might be right about that one. But when you talk about players, when we talk about Dallas Cowboys not wanting to see them in the playoffs, right? Denver Broncos is that team. I do not want to see them in the playoffs. You don't know which team is going to show up. Denver brings one of the league's best defenses to face a struggling Washington team. Like you said, without Jaden Daniels, Washington starting quarterback, without him, I think their offense is without an identity. There's no real leader. Marcus Mariota is a solid journeyman quarterback, but he's not the guy that's going to really pull out a big game like this. But for Denver to win, they have to rely on their elite defense to shut down Washington offense, whatever that is that Mariota brings, and manage the clock with a solid run game. For Washington to win, they have to establish their run game to save Mariota, to keep him from trying to make the big plays. Because if he's get forced to make big plays, turnovers are going to happen. That's going to count against Washington. It's not going to look good for them. But the defense needs to generate a few critical sacks or turnovers, to get to that quarter. Bo Nix, like you said, he has not been playing good football. So if they can get to him, get some sacks in, this can actually be a pretty good game. But I don't think it's going to be pretty good to a point where they're actually competitive against Buffalo. Against Broncos. Like you said, I like the lopsided win, but I'm going with Denver Broncos.
All right, Broncos. 2 with Broncos. Mike, your take.
Yeah, I actually think Washington could get some stops. But the thing is, Denver's defense on Washington is going to cream them. Okay? It's not even going to be fair. It's like Marcus Mariota. I mean, he's just not a good quarterback, and we don't expect him to be a good quarterback. And I think McLaurin's playing, but with no Jane Daniels equals no victory. Broncos win 16-15. We all lose. The Commanders lose. We lose. The Broncos are the only winners in this situation. Give me the Broncos to win.
All right. So Broncos, everybody's a clean sweep. Everybody going with the Broncos in this one. And Monday Night Football, Patriots taking on the New York Giants. Now, Jackson Dart could play in this game, so we'll see tomorrow. But if not, just get your popcorn ready because he is definitely must-see TV. He is entertainment. Jameis Winston. You don't know if he's going to toss 3 touchdowns or 3 interceptions or as of last week, catch a damn touchdown pass. He is must-see TV, baby. And Monday night, I am tuning in to see what the hell Jameis does if he starts because it's going to be a damn show. So with that being said, Cowboy, I'm going to start with you. Monday Night Giants taking on.
Man, I think this is when you talk about 2 teams that are evenly matched, But I got to go with you, man. I like the Giants in this one. Jameis Winston is that guy.
I can go with the Giants, but okay.
I'm Jameis Winston. Now you got to say Drake is he's a good quarterback. He's learning, but I think Jameis Winston is going to have this team hyped up against the play against New England. And bar what anybody think of Jameis, he is a great journeyman quarterback as of late. And so everywhere he's went, even when he played for the Saints,
We love him. They love him.
You talk about getting a team ready to play. I think he had these guys ready to play in this one right here. I think the Giants will take this one.
All right, Mike. I don't know what's wrong with Cowboy. You got some water dripping off that ice on side of their glass over there. But I'm gonna let you go there before I go, Mike.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for Cowboy, it was already announced that Jackson Dart will be starting on Monday. So whatever you just said really does not matter at that point. But I'm still going Patriots even if Jameis was playing. Like Jameis, the thing with him, he's like a character. Like he could throw 7 interceptions and them guys will still love him. Like there is no hating Jameis Winston. He could throw. Bro, I won't be surprised. Like even though he's not playing, I won't be surprised if there's a game either this season or next year where he throws 4 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. This is all over the place. Like you don't know what to expect. You know, it just moves. It just moves. He's either an all-time great or he's Nathan Peterman. It just moves. But but I'm going Patriots to win. I think the Patriots are riding off of a lot of momentum. Plus, coming off of a bye week, they're 10-2. They're fighting for that 1 seed. I think they're gonna be locked in now. I think the Giants will keep it close, but I don't think the Giants are going to be able to win when it matters down the stretch. Give me the Patriots.
All right, man. So, family, that's going to do it for our picks for the week. Want to thank everybody for joining us here on As the NFL Turns. Did I go? I'm going with the Patriots, man. I just I think that I believe that Drake May is one of the top MVP getters this year. I believe he should be in that category. I believe it's him, Jonathan Stewart, and Matthew Stafford. I believe, and Ford is Jackson Smith and Nick, but we know that award should be called a Quarterback of the Year award because they always get a damn MVP to a quarterback. So, So I'm saying Drake May. Drake May has made a hell of a difference. I love what Mike Vrabel has done for the Patriots. The players he brought in, they bought into him, and their quarterback, man. If your young quarterback hits, man, that changes your franchise, man, and that has definitely changed the Patriots, man. They're sitting there 10-2. They're hosting the Giants. Jackson Dart coming back, and I like Jackson Dart's moxie, man. I like his moxie. I think the Giants have their quarterback for the future too. Yeah. But we'll see who the coach is next season. But for this game in Foxborough, give me Drake May and the Patriots, man. I don't think they stumped their toe against the Giants, and I think it'll be competitive. But I think the Patriots put it out in the end. I'm gonna go Patriots 27 and Giants 23 in that contest.
27.
Yeah. So now it's time, family. I want y'all to get ready for one of the most exciting segments in all the sports media. But hold on, it's a little too quiet in here. I know my boy Carlos is not here. Back next week. But we're getting ready, baby, for that segment that everybody loves, everybody in the chat. I need you right now, baby. I need you to put your thinking caps on, baby, because it's time. It's time for us to reveal our straight balling players of the day. All right, baby. That's the music. Oh, it's time, baby. It is time. So your boy Dolph, baby, I went around the net. Hold on. I got so damn excited I clicked myself off. But I'm back, baby. I'm back. Here we go. I went around the league, baby. I was scurrying around the league. I was like, dog, where can you go? Where can you find your straight ball of the day at? So I looked at all the matchups. And lo and behold, I came on home to my team. It's the Saints taking on the Dolphins. Oh, but who's going to be my straight ball? Will he wear black and gold? Or will he wear that orange, blue, and white, baby? You know what, family? Your boy Dog decided I'm keeping it home today, baby. I'm going with my young quarterback, Tyler Shuck, to bounce back today, baby, and throw not one, but 2 touchdowns and get 1 on the ground. That's right, Tyler Shuck. God damn it, don't shuck me today. I got you as my straight baller of the day. All right. Let's go to Cowboy. Get Cowboy up here. Cowboy, who is your straight baller of the day, baby?
Man, believe it or not, I'm with you. I got to go with my own team. My straight baller for the day, Kirk Cousins. He's going to come back and show what we've been missing since week 6. While he was picked to bring this franchise to the Super Bowl, while he was picked to bring this franchise to a winning season, win now and into the future. My straight baller of the week, Kirk Cousins, none other than. You like that?
I like that. Hold on, Mike. The musical replay is about to start again. Here we go, Mike. Straight baller of the day, Mike. Who you going with, baby? Talk to me.
My straight baller, I'm going all the way to Tampa Bay, Florida, where the Cardinals are set to play the Buccaneers. A lot of people might not be thinking this, but give me Jacoby Brissett, man. The best backup QB in history, and you can't deny that. 47 completions a couple weeks ago. I mean, I was going Trevor Lawrence last week, but, the Jaguars were the better team, so they won. Give me Jacoby Brissett to throw not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdowns against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a 30-23 victory. And he's going to throw for 300 passing yards. Give me Jacoby Brissett.
All right, Hurricane Mike went with Jacoby Brissett. All right, everybody in the chat, who you got? Baby? Let me know. Uncle Jerry's in the building. How you doing, Jerry? Come on in. Hey, Mike, I like that selection, baby. I like that selection. Listen, everybody, this has been As the NFL Turns. We are live each and every Sunday morning, baby, all the way through Super Bowl Sunday. That's right. Tune in at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. Young Cowboy, myself, Zach, Nine, Lawrence, as we all get you ready. And hold on, I repeat, I will not, because my sister PJ gonna get over it like, dog, we keep having them brain freezes. I'm gonna have to talk to you. But my sister PJ and Carlos, host of Uneducated Sports Talk, baby, and my big brother, host of the Keep Me Real Who That Sports podcast, the legendary Coach Rock. Join us each and every single Sunday. We got you covered, baby. Also, family, you can follow us on Playback TV for all our NBA lovers out there. Playback TV. Come on in, Sports Network. Subscribe, baby. We got you covered through the NBA season with the live, actual game we watch together. But with that being said, we want to thank our special guest for coming through tonight. This young man has his own podcast. He's a diehard New Orleans Saints fan. And I'm watching this young man grow, man. I'm proud of him. So, Mike, for those who may not know you, let them know where they can find you, your platforms, and the times you be on during the week.
Well, yeah, I mean, thanks for having me on. You can always find me at Hurricane Mike. We be talking Saints football, we be talking basketball, we be talking about shoe, but also we be talking about the NFL landscape and the NBA landscape. On Tuesdays, we recap what happened the following week. On Fridays, we predict the next week, and then on Sundays, we talk about the Saints pregame and postgame. So you can't miss this, man.
All righty. Appreciate Eric and Mike. Appreciate each and every single person who was in the chat. All right. Notorious BG says, bear down, baby. I hear you. Them Bears, baby. They bear down in the city of brother.
Shout out to the Bears Nation. Shout out.
All right. What's going on, man? Listen, thank each and every single once again for joining us today. We appreciate you for being with us. And again, we'll see everybody next Sunday, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, for As the NFL Turns. And remember, family, the doors are not open. So come on in. Enjoy your Sunday.